Somewhere in Europe, enemy bombers are loading up. Bombs for Britain. Ju-88s to rain destruction on your country, your home, your friends, perhaps even your children. And if you don't first spot them, how will you stop them?
Hi guys, and welcome to my final reveal for the Revell Pro-Modeler 1/32 scale Junkers Ju-88A-1 bomber. Finally got it done, so I just want to talk about it as I always do before we move on to the slideshow. So there's the box, the Revell Pro-Modeler. I want to firstly thank Frederick Meccia and his son Joey Meccia. They kindly sent me this kit, and so big thanks to you guys. Really enjoyed building this kit. But if you've been following my build update reports, you'll know there were a couple of issues with this kit. The first one I came across is where the rear nacelle meets up with the front nacelle on the underside. There were gaps either side, substantial at the bottom, tapering up like that I had to fill, and I checked to make sure everything was in the correct positions. And you can't get the front nacelles in the wrong position, because one side where the wing is straight as it comes out of the fuselage, there's a matching form that has to butt up with the matching form on the wing, the front leading edge, and then from that point on the wing angles back. So on this side of the nacelle it's stepped back and that form matches the angle, so you can't get that back to front. And then the rear nacelle that butts up, there's a feature that's on one side of the nacelle that has to be on that side and not on the other, so you know that you're putting them on correctly. But there was this substantial gap, so I'd be interested to hear if anybody that's built this kit had that same issue. I don't know whether I had short shot mouldings around one of those edges of the part, I don't know. But it was a conundrum for me. Everything was fitting okay with the front nacelle, located fine, looked good, but just putting the rear one up, it sat flush onto the bottom of the wing, but there was that gap. So strange. And the second problem I came across was the wheel axles. They're very weak, and when I put both wheels on, they just broke off, sheared off. So I drilled out the oleo strut, drilled an hole through where the axle protruded from, stuck a steel pin in there with a nice press fit, and then I took a bushing, propeller bushing from a Tamiya kit, the little black rubber bushing, split it in half to make it half the thickness, slid that over the steel pin, super glued that all in place, and then that bushing gave some nice surface area for the wheel hub to glue to when I slid it on. And I drilled the same diameter hole in the wheel hub, and so that was a nice slide fit over the pin, and then I glued it, and it was really strong. I did that for both wheels. So that's the only problems I got. Everything else went together great, and I have to say it's a nicely detailed cockpit, a lot of detail, and you can make that look really sweet if you put some effort into it. And you could even go further by buying some aftermarket seat belts, and I never buy aftermarket. I purposely build out of the box so you can see what you're getting for your money, and then establish a value for money factor. Now I don't know how much this costs, I haven't checked, so I can't tell you whether it's value for money. I'm sure it is. It's a Revell kit, and it's a good Revell kit apart from those couple of issues. So I recommend, if you're going to buy this kit or you have it in your stash and you're going to build it, you might want to look at either doing what I did with the axles to strengthen them up, put steel pins in replacement of the plastic axles, or buy aftermarket steel ones, die-cast ones, or and buy aftermarket seat belts to enhance the cockpit even further. But yeah, it's great. Recessed panel lines, movable ailerons, flaps, elevators, rudder, they're all posable. The flaps were designed to go straight, but I modified the actuators so that I could pose the flaps down. And also I did that with the air brakes. The air brakes have a 90-degree tag like that. They're locating holes on the bottom of the wings, so they sit flush on the bottom of the wings. So I cut those off so I could put them through 90 degrees and have them down, just to pose them down, just to add some more feature and make it look different. So I did that, and that's it. That's all I've got to say, guys. So thanks again for everybody that's followed me on this build. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed building it, even though it's taken me 8 weeks to do, but that's because we're moving into a new place, so we've been really busy every weekend working with contractors, kitchen designers, etc., getting all the things we need, appliances, paints, door handles, switches, everything we need, light fixtures. So it's a lot of work, and it would have been built in probably 3 to 4 weeks, but because of that it's taken me 8 weeks. So without further ado and less waffling from me, let's move on to the slideshow, guys. Revell Pro-Modeler, Junkers Ju-88A-1 bomber, 32nd scale. Enjoy. Thanks, guys. Talio, chokes away.